Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome. My name is Katie, and I talk about planners, I talk about being neurodivergent, and I talk about several chronic conditions, Crohn's, PCOS. That's all that's coming to mind right now, I guess. Yeah, we are in October. I do a weekly plan with me, co-plan with me, so that you can kind of sit and it's kind of like talking. I mean, for me, it's talking about my week. And when I verbally process, it helps it stick a little better. It helps me make decisions a little better. I also kind of like to share what I'm up to since moving to the Netherlands here in July. So it's been here most of July, August, September, and now into October here. 3 months. So about a little over 3 months now. And oh my goodness, it's gorgeous here. It's very gray today, which originally being from Seattle is not too big of a deal at all for us. It actually hasn't, I mean, I'm not sure how much it's rained back in Seattle, but here I feel like it's rained more in the past where we used to live. So I don't know. I just keep waking up going, oh, it's beautiful. Like even if it lightly rains, or we did have a windstorm that kind of affected multiple countries around here. But I'm just looking out and there's like yellow leaves, and I know it's fleeting. And I'm just kind of like staring outside and trying to take it all in. Oh, it's hard to kind of take in sometimes with such a big change like that. So anyway, I decided this week I'm going to use some of these washi tapes. I'm going cutesy this week. I can kind of show you the past couple weeks, but I matched. This is a 991 Tombow to this. These washis are from Girl of All Work in the US. I'm not sure which state, but I ordered quite a few of their stuff. And then this kind of pink one, and it matched to like 800 here, a light pink. So usually in the past I've used them separately because I feel like they have different color palettes, but I'm going to kind of try combining them, being that orange can kind of tie them together. So we're going to see. I'm just going to use these for the days of the week and then maybe add some more ghosties along the way. So keeping it simple. This last week I was so relieved, so relieved. If you've been around for a little while, it's been a while since I've been able to get my infusion here. I tried to get my infusion as close to when we were leaving as possible. It was June 23rd and we left July 7th. I could have tried to bump it one more week, but then I was trying to fit in a dental appointment on that same day that I just couldn't move. Like it was like really tight for getting last appointments in. So when I got here, we relaxed for a while, and then I went to doctors and ended up that I could have seen a different, probably a close doctor here close to us sooner, but then we still had to wait for our insurance to settle out, which wasn't final until towards the end of August. And fortunately, at that point, things were rolling for a referral, but that still put me at my first appointment being the end of September. Now, I get my meds every 8 weeks, and I was a little worried as things were waning. Surprisingly, my body was doing not too bad for the first 4 weeks after I was due. So, but around the 4 week mark is when I started not feeling great and kind of laid low. And technically, I'm due, like, my next 8 week point is this Monday, October 13th, and I got my infusion last Wednesday. So here, I was able to go in, I saw my specialist, I did some labs before so we can compare, and then I went in for my infusion. I was going to do labs after. If you were here last week, they were here, but I managed to squeeze them up here so we have some numbers to go off of. So I am just, I'm laughing, crying. I am just so thankful. I was telling my husband when I was sitting there in the room, the first time or two they put you in like a hospital bed just in case something goes wonky. This was the exact same drug that I was taking in the US. So, and they put me back on loading doses because it had been so long, which I appreciate. Like, I wasn't feeling great. This wasn't like 2 weeks late. This was almost 8 weeks late. So, like, all my joints were hurting, just tired, just every time I moved, everything hurt. So, and I wouldn't rule out if there's some, what's it called? I just drew a blank on it. What is it? For an arthritis type thing. Sometimes I've been told that the Crohn's joint issue is just mainly from Crohn's, but the same med is used for rheumatoid arthritis, RA. So, but I could be having some RA mixed in there too. I don't know. I've never been tested or followed along those lines. I just know that all those symptoms went away when I got the Crohn's med. So, yeah, there could be something else lurking out there. But this is what is working right now. And yeah, I was sitting there in bed and I looked out. I just looked across the room and they had a kind of like long, thin panoramic photo of some windmills and a boat. And I was like, this was the moment that I had been waiting for ever since June 23rd when I got my last infusion. I knew it was my last infusion there. And I'm just like, the next time this happens, I'll be in another country, hopefully getting the same meds. And although it was a lot of time in between, yeah, it just finally happened. It was just surreal, I guess. And I kept going to that hospital. I've been to that hospital, like that was the 4th time going, but I'm only doing like 1 appointment a day. And it's so easy to get to from here. I'm so thankful. Like, it's a little walk to the bus, but once you're on the bus, it puts you right out in front of the hospital. And now I'm navigating the hospital really well. And yeah, I can like breathe a sigh of relief. I was jumping around to different GPs trying to see what would work the best. And then now I'm going back to the one that was, recommended to me from when I first got here, when we first got here in July. And I said, hey, is there a GP close by? Because a lot of them are full. And so one of our acquaintances recommended this one, and I'm like, went to their site and they said they weren't accepting anyone. So, but I could have gone to them and asked for like what's called a passant visit, which is like just seeing them one time, not registering. And they're like right around the corner, and that's what I should have asked for. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there's really a should with all of that, but I do know that it could have shaved a little time off of things. I could have been waiting for the specialist maybe a month less is the most optimistic, but we still needed our insurance before they even would consider meds because it's still an expensive med. So Anyway, I get to see this new doctor who my husband's already seen because we got him in, but I had then yet seen, like, signed up with a different one, and I didn't want to, I wanted to try that one first, and then I'm like, no, this one doesn't work. So he's seen them. He has things going already, which is great. I think I mentioned this. I was just so happy that both he and my son are registered there. And now I get to go see them tomorrow. So, it's kind of like, in our experience, we did couch shopping, probably 20 years ago. It was like one of our big first couch purchases. There was another one 10 years ago, but like 20 years ago when we got our first expensive couch that wasn't like a hand-me-down, we looked like all over. We looked at one that we thought caught our eye first, and we looked everywhere else, and we didn't like anything, and we came right back around to the one that we first saw, and that's kind of how the GP worked out. So that's okay. We're moving on. I'm feeling better. Oh my goodness, I can get up, and there's like just kind of normal aches and pains, and not like you can barely move, kind of like you feel like you have the flu kind of constantly. So yeah, yes, okay. So that, and here they don't recommend COVID for everyone, but because I am now technically right now immunocompromised, even more so because of the meds, I'm going to go get a COVID shot. They only offer them like once a week and only through December 15th. So I'm like, okay, let's try to go get those. We are masking here, and we're like one of the very few. Like, I don't see anyone masking down here. I'm like the only one on the bus. But also, it's much lower caseload of them around here. I'm also going to get a flu shot. I thought I was getting, you have to like order it through the GP. So I need to touch base with this GP here, because my old one was supposed to get that one to the pharmacy for me, but then this last week I saw they sent my other med that I told them I didn't need, so I'm wondering if they got them swapped. So fortunately, I can ask for that tomorrow. And yeah, that's kind of how the shots are around here. Let's see, so we're gonna mix up, sorry, I'm trying to keep this on screen, some orange and pink, and I'm trying to think, I think I'll put this one down here and then use some of the pink up there. So kind of create a little area down here. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I can feel my blood pressure is down now. And wow, when they took my blood pressure, when I showed up for the appointment, I need my little scissors here. It was high. Not only because like I didn't know how everything works, and I'm a little stress ball with anything healthcare related. I'm like, just tell me what's happening. I know that's a little crooked, but that's okay. Just tell me what's going on, and I'll be much happier about things. So, but as I got my infusion, because they're like, oh, are you a little scared at all? Because, a lot of people are coming in, it's their first infusion. And I'm like, oh no, I'm super happy because I have done this particular med. Now, I would have been a little hesitant. I would have been stressed if this was a brand new med. Oh, this is just going to be a party, isn't it? I think if I mix up some of the pink and yellow also on different levels here, I think this will work. Yeah, if it was a brand new med, I get very panicky because I've had some meds go wrong. Not what are these called? Not biosimilars, but biologics in general. And I've never had a reaction to them, but some people can. And let's see. Mainly pill form. The meds that I've had problems with have been in pill form, and they don't work out as well. See, I'm going to try to alternate a little bit and have a little yellow here. See, these match pretty well. I thought, the yellows, it's not perfect, but considering Tombows aren't infinite colors here, I think I'll need to double up on these. There we go. Put a little bit more pink there. Yeah, it's this this week is going to be more having fun here. And then my next loading dose is in the week after. So I will go back. Let's see if I have this written down. So I have my infusion here, which is the exact same time. And I found out the same biologic is in shot form, injection, that I don't remember that being a possibility in the States 6 months ago. Like, I remember meeting with it's a pharmaceutical nurse basically, and that's kind of who I met here as well, is just someone who just manages your medications. And the person in the US could only help me with injectables. They couldn't actually do the other part, whereas here, like, the nurse helps you with both, a medication nurse. So but I do remember when I started on this last September, it didn't exist. I mean, they were saying, oh, well, if you're getting that med, then it's not going to happen. I do have a phone call on this Monday I need to write down. I'm just looking ahead here because, yeah, and then I have some labs, I think, on this Thursday. So I have some things I need to write down in here. But yeah, then I should be kind of cruising along easier after October here. And I'm kind of sad because I've been having some bad foot pain, and I'm going to talk to the GP about it tomorrow. I kind of know what it is, but it might also be something else going on. So I haven't been able to do longer walks to see all the leaves and everything. I have to walk to the bus, so I'm, resting my foot until, like, I really need to go to these appointments. So let's see. So I do want to kind of decorate. I'm glad I decorated this one first, because now I'm kind of trying to see how I want to do this. Oh, and the other part, news update, is that my Sterling ink order has been in the country since Monday. And usually it only takes a couple days for it to process. And in the US, it always takes like a week, or at least 3 days, minimum 3 days, with a US address to leave the New Jersey area and get into the postal system. So I think I mentioned this, is like whenever, let's see, actually, I think I might put this up here. Let me try something new here. I know moving a tape, washi tape, just half a well, basically a centimeter here is not like the most wild thing. But I think I want to try something here. And yeah, my light's kind of coming and going just because it's so cloudy out there. Here, scissors. Here we go. So yeah, it's the same thing, you know, it took a while for it to leave New Jersey just to get over here. And so I'm just like, yeah, and it may be just any USPS location. It can be very hard to scan a large quantity of boxes, and often they'll just want to get them out and just not scan them. Anyway, so I expected that. I saw that. That's what was happening. Let's see. I don't want to cover 6. I guess this is going across the very top here. Because I might have to take off at 7 a.m. for something, or put something for 7 a.m. So anyway, but I did expect for when it got over here, and it did, it finally like scanned out of New Jersey and then got real quiet and then arrived here, and then I'm like, okay, a couple days, and it's like, no, it's still sitting there. So I know what I need to do. I need to highlight first, just in case the pink covers it up. Just kind of winging it here. See how this would be really nice too if you just want to go monochromatic. It's much nicer, but we're just, because I don't think I'm gonna have a chance to use both of these this year. So I thought, why not? Why not? Anyway, I am sad. It says it's in customs, but I thought it also said customs release, and then it's just kind of sitting there. So I was hoping by Thursday. I was hoping by Friday. Because the Netherlands is kind of like the state of Washington, where if you mail something within the state of Washington, it comes the next day, you know, even from the Portland region. It really wouldn't be too long. But something's holding it up. And I think there's been some protests going on. So, and I respect, you know, that people are protesting. So it could be that. I don't know. I also have not Googled, so maybe I should do that. I have been watching a lot of what's happening in the US, but I try also to take occasional breaks from it. And it's just because all of our family's still there. Okay, that's a little wonky across the top. Let me see. Maybe the days of the week will help cover up some of that wonkiness at the top. It's going to be a little busy at the top, but I think this might cover up some of that wonkiness. I could cover the whole thing. That might help, actually. Let's again try something new. Cover up as much as I can anyway. Big breath, deep breath. I could tell there was like a little delay in thinking about the US there and things that we're seeing. That one doesn't cover up Wednesday, but that's okay. No, we're very much keeping up with what's going on. And I don't know. That's all I can say right now. Because I have no solutions. Nobody has perfect solutions right now. It's scary. Okay, so Thursday and Wednesday kind of just peaked out a little bit, but yeah, it's a party going on up there. Okay, and then I have, so I want to put stuff down here, stuff down here. I think I want to put that little sparkle down here. Okay, and then $1,500 GP, and let's see what else. My son's schedule, which tomorrow's the 13th. See, I just covered that up. And I'm like, tomorrow's the 13th, right? Yes. Okay. So let's see, get his, he had a little bit of a change this week. And then he goes on break next week for a fall break. Now, we never had that in Washington State. I'm trying to think. I mean, they don't do Thanksgiving here, so there's no like long weekend there. So that's why there's like, it's the end of the quarter. So they're having a break. Oh yeah, so Wednesday is earlier. Actually, it's the same time as that, so. I think I'll just write it above just to show it's the same. And then 8:30. So I don't have any of the new planners to show off. At some point I will. And I'll be doing videos on that, but I was hoping maybe this week. Well, I am hoping this week. I was hoping last week, but it doesn't look like that's happening. Well, obviously it didn't happen. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. Okay, so do I want pink? The pink doesn't show up very well. Maybe I can highlight pink somewhere else, but we're going to just draw some quick lines. I really like how this looks. It's done really well to just show his time and to be able to write on the line. Just is working really well. Again, I don't know how it's going to be next year. To me, this maps it out really beautifully, like where things are at. Let's see, no labs this week. I keep thinking there's a lab this week, and there is not. Let's see. I think I want to highlight pink at the very bottom here. And it can be imperfect and it can be squeaky. Both can be true. My arm is right on my pen there, sorry. There we go. Okay, just give it a little bit more of something. I thought maybe I would use these on the 2 appointments, but sometimes I move appointments, so probably this one will stick. I'm hoping this one does too, but I'm not going to put stickers next to them right now. Sometimes I highlight after the fact, after it's done, and just, yeah. So actually, I think I want to do this little ghosty, and then this little ghosty down here, and then a little one going this way, a little one going this way, and this one up here. Just something like that. And then I'm going to handwrite everything else. I just asked, this is weird. Do you do this? I just asked my hand, do I want to do cursive or print? Like I was like, what do you feel like right now? What feels the most comfortable? I don't think I recognize that I do that, but it was just something I recognized I did in the moment. So let's see, and then I want to do meals here. Usually I do like all the script, like I write script or I use those stickers, but not today. Not feeling like that today. So here are errands, and then admin, and then this will be like my quote area. Oh, actually this should be meals here. Let's change that. And it's on the different. I was also hearing for erasable pen to let it dry, and that maybe then it's easier to erase. I don't know. I get impatient. I just erase when I can. This is on some kind of sticker or something here. Oh, it's last week's stickers. Yeah. Here we go. Little better. And yeah, I'm not going to get, seeing that I still haven't gotten the first sterling ink order. I won't have the second sterling ink order. Maybe I'll use the October stickers in November. But yeah, they definitely didn't make it for Halloween time here. Because that one's just getting sent out. Like I got the notice Friday that it's being sent out, so it's at least going to be like 3 weeks after that. So, oh well. I think I want to do some other work to dos here, and then admin's probably going to be more, so I'll do chores. And then I did have kind of like a to buy area. I'm wondering if I can stick that just kind of over here, because I have a feeling I'll need all that. Okay. Let's do weather. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Getting my weather app up here for daily. There we go. And tomorrow, 16, 12, 16, 11, 15, 10. Like there's not a lot of precipitation. Let's see, Friday. Okay, wait, I think I got messed up here. 1612, 1611, 1510, 1511. Oh, okay. 1510. I'm right. I just looked up and looked a little wrong. Okay, and then we get a little cooler. 14.7, 14.9. It gets pretty clear. Like, they have a little moon here. I think I'll do that. It's not a quarterly moon or anything. It's just gonna be clear that night. So looking at other percentages, like it's 16% today, but that's like the highest it is all week. Oh, until Monday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are all rain. Okay, so if I want to go anywhere for fall stuff, this is the week for it. Good to know. Okay. And yeah, it might be a good week for multiple things. I want to get over to the coast, to the beach, which is not far, and this might be the time to do it. Anything else? I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, meals? No, I didn't. I mean, I'll write all this other stuff that we need to do in here. No, I got it all. Okay. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Sometimes it's that simple. Deep breath, in and out. I'm watching bikers go by. It's so surreal sometimes to look out and see the rooftops and the birds and the trees and I don't know for you if this, like, I can see the cars going by and it kind of reminds me like I'm back in the States, but then when you see the license plates, you're like, that's not an American license plate. I am somewhere else. And so because I've just been in this, like, when am I getting my infusion for 3 months now, I'm finally feeling my brain kind of open up, like all of our visa stuff. Oh, that was the last thing I was just going to talk about, was we had to get all new birth certificates and get them apostilled. I've heard it a couple different ways. I think it's usually just apostille, to be legal over here. Yeah, we had to get all new ones. Now mine and my son's came back. They're all done. My husband's, we ran into a problem. We fixed it, and it was supposed to be sent out on Friday to another agency, and then they're gonna fast track it. So we should get it sometime this week, because it's a lot of overnighting and a lot of fast shipping. And then the temporary passport we had for our son, I would not be surprised if we still come across the passport here in our apartment, because we tore the place apart, but like it was very kind of strange how it disappeared. It was around for so long, but we think it either slipped out or something on one trip. So walking trip, like walking to go get shoes. Anyway, we had the temporary one. We used it for what we needed. Then we sent it off a week and a half ago. Yeah, I think so. And we got the notice last week that they're gonna send it back. So then we'll have a full passport for him. So it's just those two things. Like, everything's coming back to us now. We don't really have to do anything because it should be all ironed out. And hopefully this last agency can get the apostille done, and just, which they do because they're located in the city that they need to do it at. So I think they were planning on doing it same day. So thank goodness. And yeah, And so I feel like at the end of this week, we're going to get some mail. We're going to get some important documents in the mail. We're going to get through this, and then I'll get an infusion and one more lab workup in kind of next week. So I feel like we're kind of, the emergency stuff is going down. Like that, to me, we're kind of been in semi-survival mode because of all this stuff. And so taking a deep breath. I mean, I know this doesn't compare to like survival mode, that what our family would be experiencing back in the States. I feel like I would be a wreck back in the States. I don't know if I would have been able to handle it very well. So being here is part of our survival. Yeah. And I don't really want to go into it here. I would rather go into it on a more protected space, which is what I'm creating with the Patreon group. So, yeah. Anyway, that's where I'll leave it. Please take good care of yourself. Please try to organize your doctor's appointments if you can. Get things taken care of as much as you can. Please take care of yourself in all ways, shapes and forms, mental, physical, community, reach out to others, that kind of stuff. So take care, everyone, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this, consider liking it on the way out or subscribing, and I'll be sharing more of my life as we get going here. I have footage of here and there of just as we were planning to leave over this past year. Not tons, but enough that I need to splice that together. But I need to film here just to kind of wrap that up. So I will do that soon. Take care, everyone. Bye.